Welcome to One Walk at a Time, a space where I share quiet moments, reflections, and the small things life teaches me while I walk. My name is Steven, and if you're new here, I'm glad you found your way to this little corner. Today's walk started with a simple question: why? Why did I walk? Why did I begin this journey? And why does this matter so much to me now? As I took my first steps today, the sky was quiet. The breeze was soft, and that question kept repeating in my mind. So maybe this episode is my attempt to answer that question. The funny thing about getting old is that something really shifts when you reach your 30s. Your priorities change, your energy changes, and even the way you see yourself changes. When I was 25, I cared so much about what other people thought, what I wore, how I looked, and what they might say about me. I was shy, insecure, and constantly searching for validation. But now, at this age, things feel different. I'm no longer trying to impress anyone. I'm not trying to fit into an image. Comfort suddenly matters more than fashion. Presence matters more than impressions. And peace matters more than attention. Walking helped me realize that. And when you spend time alone with your thoughts, you begin to understand what truly matters and what was never yours to carry. While I was heading to the Baywalk, I kept asking the same questions. Why walk? Why start something like this? Why document it? Why share it? And the honest answer is simple. Walking gives me clarity. It slows down the noise in my head. It brings me back to myself. It softens the things I've been trying to ignore. Every step feels like a gentle reminder that life doesn't always need to be rushed, that healing doesn't need to be loud, and that sometimes we find the answers we need by simply being present. Sometimes the quiet moments speak the loudest. One reason I created this channel is because I've been praying a lot for guidance in my life. I didn't really know what directions to take, what path to follow, or what purpose I should be leaning into. And somehow, this feels like something God placed in my path. This walk, this journey, this quiet space feels like divine guidance, gentle, patient, and unforced. I'm not here to be famous. I'm not here to chase virality. I'm not trying to be perfect or aesthetic or even impressive. I just want to walk with purpose. And that purpose is to share whatever wisdom and life whispers to me along the way. Whether in the calmness of the waves, the gray of the sky, or the stillness of the afternoon. Sometimes we just need to slow down long enough to hear God speak. There's also something freeing about no longer needing validation. When I was younger, I needed people to like me. I needed praise. I needed attention. I needed to feel seen. But the older I get, the more I understand that the only validation that matters is the one I give to myself. Walking showed me that when you're out here alone with your thoughts, no one is judging you, no one is comparing you, no one is demanding anything from you. It's just you, your breath, your steps, and the moments you're in. And somehow, through it all, that's enough. When I think about it, this channel, I guess, was born out of a simple desire, and that is to share this peace, this peace that I am feeling whenever I walk. That's not inspiration, it's not even motivation, it's not perfection. As you can see, this place is devastated, it's pretty chaotic. But if you look at it and you realize, even in chaos, there is peace. And this space is a quiet space where people like you and me can slow down, just like this horse being ridden by this little young man. And looking at that, that already gave me peace. So you can use this video however you want. You can use this video, pause it, listen to it, and process your emotions, just like how I'm processing my emotion right now. You can see that this speech is not even great if you compare it with any other ones that we have here in the Philippines. But this place is the place where peace and quiet meets me. That for me is enough. No white sand, no anything. But this is God's gift. It may not be as flashy as Boracay or any other tourist spots that we have here, but still beautiful. So pause, appreciate it, just like the sky. This beach is a quiet space where people like you and me can slow down, reflect, and feel a little less alone in whatever we're going through. I walk because it heals me. I share because maybe it might help someone else heal too. And maybe that's the whole purpose of this whole channel called One Walk at a Time, to find meaning in the simple things and to remember that we don't need to rush. We don't need to rush our lives to feel alive. As I walk in this path, You can see that there are a lot of people, but their attention is on their phone. They often take pictures, but I realize that sometimes they do forget to be in the moment, to be present. It's like it hits me. Are people nowadays just wanting to post everything in social media? Well, I guess touche, because I'm making this video to be posted. But the difference is, this is not for validation. This is a shared experience that I want to share to people who are also trying to heal, and being in the presence of people who I see is not being present also makes me grateful that finally something in my mind shifted. I have been walking for longer than you think. I've been walking for more than 4 years now, and it all started as sort of like an attempt to lose some weight, because as you can see, I'm not the fittest person. But then, as I've been trying to chase fitness, as I've been trying to chase losing weight, I got frustrated. And one time, I went on a walk without any expectation of myself, without any expectation of how many calories will I be burning during this walk. I just walked, enjoyed it, looked at the sunset, and realized that the walk is actually therapeutic. And that gave me more push to do it on a daily basis. So, whatever you guys are going through at the moment, whatever it is that you're hurting or that's hurting you, it will all pass. You just have to stay patient. You just have to keep your faith and find something that you enjoy. Because sometimes that's the only thing that matters. It's that distraction that would fill out your mind instead of worrying about things. And a simple walk could be the solution. So, as I reach this point in my walk, this is almost the end of this path. I looked into the sky and realized I am far, far from who I used to be. And that again gave me peace. The truth is, I don't have everything figured out. I don't always know where I'm heading, and there are days when things still feel heavy. But whenever I walk, that heaviness softens. Every wave reminds me that life keeps moving. Every breeze reminds me that change is natural. Every step reminds me that progress doesn't have to be loud. I guess what I'm learning is that healing isn't linear, it comes in moments, it pauses in breaths, in the spaces between each step. As I approach this part of my path for today's walk, I don't have anything to say. I don't even have anything to think about. I just watch the waves and focus on the long distance, the view, the beauty, the moment, nature, the waves. In this moment, everything that is in my mind, every problem, everything that I've been thinking about, everything that I've been worrying about, seemed so small as compared to this wonderful place that I'm walking. 52 minutes in the walk, and I still don't feel tired. Maybe because I enjoy this. I enjoy the walk. I enjoy it, and that is, I guess, the reason why I continue doing this. It's not only that I find peace, it's not only that I process my emotions, it's not only that it gives me mental clarity, but it gives me content, gives me contentment in the moment. It also gives activity to a very introverted lifestyle that I'm leading, because me, without the walks, it's pretty boring. It's just me inside my room consuming content from Netflix, from YouTube, and whichever platform I see fit for that day. So the walk is not only helpful for my mental health, not only helpful for my physical wealth, not wealth, but health, but also it breaks the pattern of me sitting around and just binge watching content and TV on my phone, which brought me to this state. As you can see in the video, there are pigeons flying about, not worrying about the thing or about anything. And in this part, this is where the river meets the sea. And this is one of the most wonderful places I've been to. I only discovered this 2 days ago before filming this video. I knew about its I knew about its existence, but being in it is a totally different experience. And that is another blessing. I'm grateful that I am able to walk. I'm grateful that I'm able to see this. And that is also another reason why I continue to walk. Because I want to discover new things. Yes, I walk in the same places. I walk in the same path almost every day. But the thing about beaches and the thing about this place in San Fabian, Pangasinan is that every day is different. It might be the same place, it might be the same town, and sometimes I see the same people when I walk, but it's always different from any of my walks. And today, the weather is a bit gloomy, the sky is gray. It's not the ideal weather. You don't see that orange in the sky where I normally post in my shorts. There's no sunset in this video. I'm sorry to disappoint, but you won't see any sunset. But it's still a beautiful day. Not because of the place and not because of the walk, but just the presence of everything in your environment, in this environment that I'm walking into. It's pretty, it's beautiful, and if you look around, it's also pretty chaotic. The destruction is still here. You can still see it, but you can't feel it anymore. As I've said in my previous video, you feel the resilience of every Filipino people after Super Typhoon Uwan. I've discussed in my previous video about choosing the right leaders for us not to suffer, so I'm not going to repeat that here. But yes, witnessing that every day, seeing the rebuilding, is another testament that life goes on. Whatever we go through, however hard it seems, it will all pass, and we still have to look for solutions so that we can get out of any situation. Yes, problems arises. Problems are natural. There's really nothing we can do about that. It's part of life. But what we have a say or what we can influence is how we tackle every challenges and every struggles. I guess what I'm trying to say is we have to be dependent on ourselves. And that starts by being mentally prepared, being mentally strong. And you can't do that if you're carrying a lot of weight, if you're carrying a lot of emotions. So you gotta find a way, you gotta find an activity, you gotta find a hobby or anything that you could use as an outlet or anything creative, anything. This for me, the vlogging, this has started because the walking is great, but I realize that the experience should be shared. Because, yes, I am walking alone, but then the waves of the sea, the wind noises, somehow they do magically whisper something in me. And that idea came from one of the walks, made me realize that I could be of service to other people who are also trying to heal, trying to process their emotion, looking for something relaxing, looking for that voice to influence them. I'm not trying to be an influencer here or anything, but yes, I wanted to share the experience to maybe inspire, to maybe influence you to start, to start walking, to start the journey. You can walk wherever you are. It's an easy thing to do, and it's not taxing. It's not gonna ask a lot from you. You do walk every day. So, yes, this is that moment. All right, so let's pivot. Before I forget, I just want to share something I'm grateful for today. When I did revive this channel, I only had 44 subscribers. That was 6 years ago. Today, I'm at 80. So, might be small to others, but to me, it's a blessing, a quiet win. Proof that slow progress is still progress. So, if you're one of those people who subscribed, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for walking with me. And thank you for supporting. That's so personal and meaningful to me. As I near the end of my walk, I realized something simple. Sometimes, the most important questions are the ones we ask ourselves quietly. Why walk? Why start? Why continue? And the answer I found today is this: because walking reminds me of who I want to be: calm, present, grounded, hopeful. Because walking gives me the space to think, to breathe, to grow. Because walking helps me understand myself in ways I never did before. And because somewhere along the way, God used this walk to show me a version of myself I want to become. If you made it this far, thank you for being here. Maybe you needed this walk too. Maybe you needed this pause. Maybe you needed the quiet. Wherever you are right now, I hope you find peace in the little things, in your own steps, in your own journey. This is episode 2 of One Walk at a Time. Thank you for walking with me today, and I'll see you on the next one.